Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians try to escape the horrors of the mist. While Happy Town celebrated the We Hate Shadow Nemesis festival, Wet Change found themselves in the Dark One's castle trying to determine their next move. New Rogue ventured into town to find out that the citizens only hate Shadow Nemesis. Tyler finally spoke with Ezra again and learned how Ravenloft works. Dell was thrilled that her bone horse friend Rumpleforeskin is a mistwalker and can travel with them between domains. And everyone except Shadow Nemesis now floats and has a flying sword. Now that the new Dark One has set the Clockwork Watch upon Happy Town, can the rest of the troupe talk him down and prevent a bloodbath? I doubt it.
Adam, a.k.a. Shadow Nemesis, had taken on the mantle of the Dark Lord of the Realm, and it had been 24 hours since our heroes had defeated the judge, the evil Judge Dredd. Adam had taken power, at which point everyone discovered that the entire village hates Adam. Not the rest of them. Doesn't have a problem. They're still big fans of New Rogue and Dell and Tyler, but boy, did they hate Shadow Nemesis. And the rest of the group has been trying to figure out how they can adapt in this strange new world, along with approaches from a variety of NPCs that they have grown to love, asking them to return to the village and join the village in trying to kill Shadow Nemesis, with the exception of Rumpleforeskin, the Mistwalker Bone Horse of Boleyn, who is wanting to travel with our friends and has offered to pull their carriage into the next realm. Tyler got some further understanding of how Ravenloft actually worked. Dell also got further understanding of how Ravenloft worked from Rumpleforeskin. So the party is kind of ready to move on, only Shadow Nemesis, worried about the threats that the villagers represent, is summoned the Clockwork Watch that he inherited along with the castle and has marched them into the courtyard, where New Rogue is celebrating floating like every other person does in this realm and having 2 flying swords, believing that Shadow Nemesis' general unhappiness is because, and I quote, he was burned by God's flame. That is where we left things off, which means it is time for us to return to Ravenloft. The Clockwork Watch are marching into the courtyard and take up position behind you, Shadow Nemesis, as your friends stare on in, I imagine, shock, but they can choose their own emotions.
I'm not shocked. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be real disappointed.
Adam, first of all, I didn't know you could control these fellas. These clinking, clanking machines full of bolts. And, I don't think it's the best strategy to get people on your side by attacking them with robots.
New Rogue, I'm just put a pin in it. I just need to do this one thing, and then we can talk as much as you want.
Can you describe this thing before you actually do it, please?
Nope.
Stop.
I start pacing in front of the clockwork soldiers, like a general prepping them for battle.
Yep.
And
the difference that you notice about them now, Shadow Nemesis, is instead of the blank robot faces that they had before, they all have an exquisitely perfect likeness of your own face carved out of and shaped out of metal. So they all look like you in police uniforms.
So it's like my face, not like with my helmet or something like that.
Nope, just your face.
Can I think them a different face or no?
You can try anything.
Okay, let me do. Okay, I'm walking in front of them, one thing at a time, and I say, first of all, thank you for coming. Second, I'm not crazy about the name TikTok Watch. It's a little strange. So from this day forward, you shall now be known as my Predacons. And Predacons, you have a simple mission: to descend on Happy Town and burn it and every single citizen to the ground until they are nothing but ashes. And then when there are nothing but ashes, you will burn the ashes. And you will keep burning the ashes. And third of all, I want you to bring me Alba and Hazel Nutter. Bring them before me, kneeling.
Come on, man. We're
so
gonna go.
I can
We're all
give
gonna go.
them the ultimate justice. Now,
What?
Predacons, terrorize! And I want them to go out the gate and do my bidding.
Just gonna be like, I'm gonna just try something of just belay that and see if that does anything. Belay that order.
Can you roll me a persuasion? And Adam, can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom.
Persuasion. Oh.
9.
Oh, Adam, I rolled an 8.
All right, so no, nothing belays. The Clockwork Watch begin to march out. Or
Wait.
I guess Predacons.
I wanted your really casual like belay just to work.
I mean, it didn't work. So the Predacons are marching out the gates that open of their own behest, but the rest of you can act however you please.
Just call them off, man.
Yeah, make it stop. Come on, man.
This isn't going to make you happy.
I beg to differ. I'm quite happy right now. Also,
do you remember what we did all of this for in the first place?
Yeah.
I'm going to answer that question. It's a rhetorical question. It was to get out of here.
Okay.
It was to leave. We can leave now.
Everyone seems to forget that I am the one that is protecting us. Hazel Nutter vowed to kill me.
Well,
She is
Hazel
insane.
Nutter can't-
She's as insane as me.
She
And that's
can't-
pretty big. And what do you think she's gonna do once she kills me?
She can't follow you. She can't follow us where we're going.
How do you know?
She can't follow. The reason I know that she can't follow us is because I got back in touch with Ezra, and he's ready to help us move on to the next realm, and we can leave all of this behind. And she's from here. This is her realm or whatever, so she can't leave. But because we're like outsiders, we can move through stuff, I guess.
So you specifically asked Ezra if Hazel cannot follow us.
Not by name, but do you want it? I'll bring him up
Ask
right now.
Ask.
Hey, Ezra.
Yes.
Hey, what's up? Could you clarify whether Hazel Nutter is able to leave this realm and follow us, or if she has to stay here?
I mean, who is Hazel Nutter?
Peter Nutter's daughter, granddaughter to Alma Nutter.
I've never heard of these people.
Can you? I mean, like, you've been watching us though, right? She's like the little girl who's been like hanging out with us. She's actually not. She's legally an adult now, so she is expendable. She could die at any moment.
I've only looked through your eyes the one time when you said I could, and then they burned. So I don't have a ton of context for what exactly has been going on. But so you're saying there was someone alongside the party, who you're wondering if you
like
could
someone of the
also
village,
take.
someone of Happy Town. Yeah.
Yes. No, I can't help you bring anyone who belongs in this domain outside. That's not possible. The only way someone could get out of a domain is if they had, what am I say, a cause that was burning so bright deep in their soul that it could cause them to pursue power, and then that power could allow them to escape. And then they could hunt down whoever they were after.
So he says that it's not possible, and there are like very rare exceptions. So
what are the exceptions, Tyler?
If they had like a cause to hunt down and kill someone, it was insanely specific. He says he doesn't know Hazel, but how does he not? And then say,
"Are you kidding me?
Oh, wait,
are you kidding me?"
Did this person swear an oath, Tyler, to destroy someone?
I mean, we were pretty high up on a wall. Who knows what was said? But yeah, probably it seemed like it. She was ready to swear an oath of vengeance on our buddy boy Shadow Nemesis here.
Well, are you willing to kill her?
Not particularly. But he's willing to burn the entire village of Happy Town to the ground with his robot army, kidnap her and her grandmother, bring them here for what he referred to as the ultimate justice. So
he's gone full
that
Dark
can't
Lord,
be good
from what you're saying.
Well, you made the realm in his nightmare, so yeah, I mean, it's fucked with him pretty badly.
The system made it the way it is. It had to be, so you didn't all get killed by the agents of the dark powers who you saw coming through the mists. Here's the thing. He's going to try to burn the town down. Do you remember how that went for Judge Dredd?
No. What? When he sent his army and we were there to stop it? We won't be there to stop it.
Do you remember all the nights before you got there? Was the town burned down and everyone dead?
No.
Exactly, because it's an incredibly martial town with a large number of fighters that prevent things from changing so the Dark Lord can't be happy.
Okay, I feel like he's not going to leave until he's happy.
Then you're going to be there for eternity.
Okay. Shadow Nemesis, this is nothing. All of this is for nothing. These people here, this is like eternity for them. Is this cycle of a Dark Lord, you, someone else, sending an army, and then they fend it off, and they fight, and people die, and then everyone doesn't seem to care the next day. It's like that forever here. This is someone's prison.
Oh,
You're just kind of the placeholder for now because it's going to let us cheat to get out of here.
that doesn't really solve my problem. You're not.
Your
you're
problem-
Not, you're not. Hazel Nutter said she was going to kill me. What do you think she's going to do to the people that didn't stop me? What do you think she's going to do to you, to Dell, to New Rogue? The people who
Well-
had a chance in her mind to save her father, but instead just watched.
I want to be
She is going to rip you inside out.
Tyler, can
That
I just
little-
use your ears and eyes so I can
Yeah.
listen?
Sure.
Okay.
Go
And
nuts.
You just
Okay.
feel a burning sensation in your ears and eyes, but it doesn't change how they appear.
I'm
to everyone
I'm making a face at you now, Adam. I look like Clint Eastwood. They're just like,
Oh,
just kind of constantly grimacing.
you got that heartburn back again? What's
Keep doing monologue and what you were doing
Oh.
there. Ezra's taking a peek.
right? Well, anyway, so they'll burn down the town. They'll bring Hazel and her grandmother here. I'll slice their head off, Boston cream them, and then we'll be on our way.
Okay. I'm gonna
Okay.
come back out so you can be more comfortable, and Ezra will
Oh,
pull back.
Just like rubbing my eyes now. Just
Dell, what have you been thinking / doing during this entire monologue?
I was just kept trying to think, is there anything I could do watching these soldiers march out? It's just, yeah, seems so pointless. I don't understand why Adam is so mad when it feels like this stuff is all kind of make-believe, but it's also not my nightmare, so...
Yeah, I mean, do you want to send a message to the townsfolk to let them know that the Clockwork Watch is coming, or the Predacons, as they are now known?
My horse is here, so horse runs here. Look.
The only real friend. So you're just kind of like, what, waiting this out then, I guess?
Yeah.
You think I'm the bad one?
Fair enough. New Rogue, what have you been thinking as this conversation has developed?
I'm thinking of a way to basically change Adam's mind, and I'm of two minds, two swords, if you will. I'm thinking either I try to level with him, speak with him, and really try to get through to him, which, I don't know if that's a good route. The success rate, not very high. Or if I should use my cleric powers and try to actually cast a spell on him and force him to, come to reason. And I think I'm falling on the. I think I'm coming up with a proposition. I want to use my soft power before I put the balls to him. So I'm going to come to him and I'm going to say, Adam, I say you and I, we come into a binding agreement. You call off your TikTok Predacon army, and I'll let you have one of these swords.
Well, this is my hell, right?
Right.
So I'm going to guess that sword's not going to fly into my hand. It's probably just going to fly to your hand.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, well, let's try it. Let's try it.
Okay, let's try it then.
All right, put the sword on the ground.
All right, and then I just stick it right in the ground.
Yep.
Okay.
deep
all right.
in the earth.
I'm gonna. Okay, and we'll both stick our hands out, and we'll
Okay.
see where the sword goes to.
Okay, here
Okay,
goes.
hands out. Come here,
Okay.
sword. Come here.
And
Come on, sword.
I weakly extend each finger, just like
Sword.
And the sword soars up directly into the air and then flies into New Rogue's hand.
oh
Well,
God.
well,
I
well.
mean, yeah. Well,
Looks like I was right about that. Looks like I was right about Ezra. Looks like I was right about everything, as always.
this could be a parable in some way or fashion. What with
New Rogue, you have a pop culture reference come up to you from the mists that is perfect for this parable.
Okay. This is kind of like that episode of
just like that episode.
Saved by the Bell.
Okay,
Where Zach, who is the leader of the group,
I know, Saved by the Bell.
he learns that he has this power of this Paul Revere song, who's a really great pop singer in the NBC Saved by the Bell universe, and whenever they play the music, he's able to put in a little bit of like some saying or whatever. He's able to use a subliminal messaging technique to basically change people's minds until all of a sudden all of Bayside is in love with Zach. But it turns out to be a trick because he overplayed his hands. People found out he was trying to mess around with the music. And buddy boy, you're messing around with your own hell, and it's going to come back to bite you. And I have two swords, and you don't.
So
there.
I'm Zach.
You're Zach
from
yep.
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
In this analogy,
and you've been trying to use all your deception for way too long. I mean, multiple episodes, way too long. And each time it's just a bummer in the end, and you just don't learn your lesson. But you know what? Learn your lessons.
Okay, well, why don't I learn something from Saved by the Bell? Time out. And then I want to run up the wall of the castle,
okay,
and look on the roof to see my army.
Yeah, so he runs up. Tyler, we cut back to you, getting to the conversation Ezra was having, saying, yeah, so he's not going to be able to kill someone, especially if he's this afraid of them inside his own domain. If you wanted to kill them, it would need to be someone who was from outside the domain. So theoretically, it would be you or Dell or New Rogue.
What are you saying?
He can't kill Shadow Jimmy. You can.
I don't like that, man.
I'm not saying you should. I'm saying I think it's really important we move on from this.
Let me try to talk to him a little more. Please.
Great. I can't stop you.
Right. Good.
10 episodes later. It's
So are you going to climb up the wall to find him on the tower, Tyler?
I'm going to send a message cantrip to him. As long as he's 120 feet within range. Do you go 121 feet up the wall, Adam?
It just so happens this castle is 120 feet.
It's a 60-foot wall. I'm making this definitive.
So yeah, you just hear my voice in your head. Say, look, man, if this is your nightmare and you seem to acknowledge that, you got to know this isn't going to work, right? You got to rise above this, put it behind you, move on.
How does me not killing somebody help me save us when they said they're going to kill me? I get them before they get me. How does that not help?
Look, the way I hear it from Ezra is she won't die here. Maybe she'll die out there chasing after us. But we got to leave. We got to go. She's not going to die here. You won't be able to kill her. He said it.
What? What do you mean I can't kill her? So if I took an axe to her head, what's going to bounce off?
He's saying it's your nightmare, and so he's not using specifics, but in abstract terms, it's just not going to come together for you.
But I could kill Alma Nutter, is what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that either. I'm saying everything you want to do here is probably not going to work out for you. Because you are of here now. This is a prison tailored to you. And so you're baked into it.
So
Except you can leave.
So I can't kill her.
Yeah,
Can
exactly. You get it.
Other people kill her? If this is my prison, couldn't... Oh, buddy, can you do me a favor?
No. No, I cannot.
Can you like be a hero for me there, big guy?
I'm trying to be a hero for you in a way that you are not fully realizing.
Can you take that step in order to save Wet Change? Can you?
I am trying to. I'm trying to navigate us through a realm of horrors so we can go home and finish out the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
So, hey,
comedy festival.
I'm there too. But guess what? If there's somebody hunting us, we're not going to be able to finish our show.
We will. We've had people declare open season on us before. It's been fine.
Big guy, you're going to need to chop her head off and give it to me so I can eat it.
You have to understand, I am not like one of your squire guys. Like, this is not working for me.
No. And I'm not saying that. We're friends. We've known each other for such a long time. All I'm saying is that for the betterment of the group, you might have to do that.
And that's when you all hear the sound of the Clockwork Watches marching stop, and weapons begin to smash against flesh and bone, and war cries are heard because the Predacons are attacking Happy Town. The battleground has been set, and Happy Town, the militarized yet endlessly cheerful village, is turning out. They are going to absolute war with the Predacons of the new Dark Lord of this domain. And it is a nasty fight going back and forth. Shadow Nemesis. The mists swirl up around you. Can you roll me a d6?
Ooh.
I don't like it.
Ooh. Oh, my. Okay. Oh, this is like who wins? Oh, my. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's make this dramatic. So I'm still rolling the dice. I feel the mists rise and my eyes blaze the most red they've ever redded. And I say, I shall not be denied. 3.
Oh my god.
And below you have a brief moment of thinking that the Predacons are going to overcome the defenses as you see Paul Rudd injured as he tries to escape because he's not fighting. As you see Mose Flonkerton, the former interim mayor, battered back from the front by the Predacons. And then a figure from your new nightmares appears. Shadow Hazel, a dark wizardess, comes forwards and with power, unspeakable power that you have not seen before, starts blasting apart Predacons. And she raises a hand and just yells, "Nutters, with me for vengeance!" And you see other heroes step forwards within the city, all of them tall, broad, one with a bow, one with a sword. You're seeing a full spread of abilities, and they all yell their names as they join the front line. Curse you, Nutter! Vile Nutter! Butter Nutter! And they just start cutting swaths through your Predacons. And you realize, oh yeah, the last one just yells, "Riley Tiley, I married in!" March forwards, and your Predacons are completely wiped out in this battle with the town. And you see the Nutters turn back, and Shadow Hazel just says, "And now we kill the beast! and the town all pick up torches and pitchforks and their military weapons and begin to sprint. Just hundreds of heroes and villagers sprinting up to the castle now that they know your army is defeated to kill you. What do you do?
I say, okay, I'm ready to leave. And then and I run down the wall. And I'm like, okay, how do we get out of here? How do we get out of here?
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna like gloat over it. It's like good. He's on side. I'm immune. Like is Rumpleforeskin here or in the castle somewhere?
Rumpleforeskin arrives with a clatter from around the courtyard coming through a stable entrance, and you see them pulling a massive black ornate gothic carriage a la Bram Stoker's Dracula from the 90s if we're going with the film version, but just exactly what you would picture as an evil vampire's carriage.
Cool.
And
With the skeleton horse pulling it? That's awesome.
Yeah, just one skeleton horse, flames out of their nostrils. It pulls up and just says, "Oh, all right. It sounds like it's time for us to go."
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'm the first one. I dive in.
I hold the door open. Get in, everybody in.
Oh, but they really liked me. Why, Adam? God damn it!
Shut up and get in.
No,
why do you have to waste so much time? Just get in.
Right, we're all in.
All right, I climb in, close the door behind me, and I just say, Ezra, we're ready to go. We're in this carriage. It's attached to a mist walker. Get us out of here.
Excellent. Tell the horse to run down the mountain.
And I just lean out the window like, hey, Rumpleforeskin, do you need like a coach guy, or are you good to just do this on your own?
I've got it.
Okay, just go down the mountain. I'll give you directions. Run down the mountain.
You got it, buddy.
Run down the mountain now.
And Rumpleforeskin turns and just starts galloping down the mountain along this path. You can feel the carriage leaning and almost tilting over these cliff sides at the very edge of the path.
Whoa.
Rumple is taking such sharp corners. And then you are realizing that you are 100 feet from this approaching army, and that army is not stopping. And Shadow Hazel is at the front, just ready to absolutely blast it. And you see Cashew, and you see Viola, and you see Butter, and you see Riley, and you are 50 feet. You are 40 feet. You are 30 feet. They are making eye contact with you, Shadow Nemesis, raising their weapons, and then all of a sudden a wall of mist crosses in front of you. And the carriage continues forwards, and suddenly you are on a steady path. You just feel yourselves transition from into the mists, and as though you are hitting a magical barrier, and all of you begin to feel stronger. You feel empowered. You feel charged up by this experience. And as the carriage rolls forwards into a wooden path, just a path in a new set of woods, the trees different, covered in faces, grimacing faces, fearful faces, none of them moving, all of them frozen. You all advance to level 3.
Whoa.
Yay!
We have created new character sheets for this. They are now yours.
Bye-bye.
And Ezra imparts all of you with the knowledge of how Ravenloft works, because some people know and some people don't.
Yeah.
And some people knew when they shouldn't have. So we're just going to say everybody knows now about what had been discussed with Tyler. And you all hear the voice of actually, you don't all. Tyler, you hear the voice of Ezra saying to you, all right, so clearly I have made some mistakes, and I feel like I owe you all for that. So I've imparted some of my power to you during this transition and funneled some of the mist's powers into you. I feel bad, I guess, about your friend, Shadow Nemesis. He seems deeply troubled, and I want to make it up to him. All of the squires turned against him because the domain required that those living who loved him needed to hate him. It was his greatest fear, and it turned all of them against him. But there was one soul that was not alive, that was a squire. Tell your friend to open the carriage door.
Oh, man. Oh. All right. Shadow Nemesis, this is gonna change, I think, how you feel about old Ezra there. Open the carriage door.
And I'm lounging very relaxed, just like just loving that I'm away
Nothing
from everything.
bad ever happens to me.
Yeah, like escaping made me feel so strong. And I'm like, open the door.
Yeah, check it out. There's something out there apparently.
The carriage rolls to a stop.
Because certain gifts have been given to me that have backfired. I very carefully, like, I open it a crack and I just kind of like peek out.
What are you so afraid of? You look down and see a small squire staring up at you.
Do I recognize this squire?
Can you roll me a perception?
Natural 20.
You know exactly who this is. You'd recognize this being anywhere. It's impossible, but this is Dr. Deputy Anna Truick Seraph.
And black tears roll out of my mask. And I'm like, Dr. Deputy?
Yes, me. I was dead, and then Ezra said, go help the Black Knight. So here I am. Woo! Black Knight.
And I pick him up like a little baby, and I spin and spin, and I give him a big hug. And I'm just like, oh, Dr. Deputy, I'm so sorry that I made you swim in boiling blood. That other squire was so terrible. But you, it was always you. It was always you, Dr. Deputy.
Yeah, there was you too. Dying was cool. You made me do it for no reason, which is so evil. You're great.
I am so evil. Well, we're going to be so evil together.
Yeah, this is fun. Okay, so who are we going to kill?
Everybody.
Oh.
We're going to kill everybody.
And that's where the Dr. Deputy starts crying. It's like,
It's so perfect because they're all so different from me.
I know.
Just
All right.
You and me in a castle.
Can you come on, get back in here? I'm sure it's safer in the carriage, and I doubt we're where we need to be yet.
I give him a piggyback. I'm like, hop on.
You know, Adam, this really goes to show that Ezra gives as much as he takes. And I think it would be pretty reasonable for you to give your praise to him at this point in time.
Does Guy still have his swords?
no.
Okay, and I'll
Swords
be
are
like,
gone. No
I'll be like,
floating.
huh. Hey, where are your swords there, new rogue?
What? They're right. Oh, well, I mean,
Oh, so Ezra didn't let you keep your precious swords.
well,
Praise Ezra.
well, it's like, you got to, hey, it's like I said, Ezra gives and Ezra takes. Now shut your mouth and pray inside your head.
Ezra takes. Ezra takes. Yes, yes. Come along, Dr. Deputy. And I kind of bounce him on my knee like a little like horsey ride thing.
Dr. Deputy's into it. Dr. Deputy's so pleased to both be alive and be back in the presence of evil. And you all just ride your carriage forward through the woods. Now, to be clear, there are windows on all sides of this carriage. So you could look out the front, you could look out the back, you can look out the sides. There isn't one of those traditional seats where like a carriage driver would sit. They're just the windows, and then Rumpleforeskin is pulling. You are inside this many-faced wood as you roll forwards. And the thing that is different for all of you that you notice here is you're not seeing the walls of mists that were so oppressively close around Happy Town. It still exists behind you. You can see where you rolled into this realm as you pull away from it, but you're realizing that the scale of this domain is already much larger than the one that you had come from. You have a couple of minutes as you roll through the woods. Is there anything the rest of you say to each other? Del, a lot has happened.
Yeah.
They've, for some reason, rivaled each other. The Dr. Deputy is back. You were tired, but Rumpleforeskin's here with you as you move forwards. How are you doing?
I mean, I'm definitely glad to be out of that place. And now that we're in a bigger domain and just kind of looking out, I look at my phone and see if I have bars yet.
You have one bar.
Whoa.
Oh my God. Can I make a phone call?
Who do you want to call?
I want to call Ryan.
Roll me, I'm going to go with Arcana.
Okay. It's a 16.
16. The phone rings. And the phone rings. And the phone rings. And you hear someone pick up and say, hello?
Oh my God, Ryan, is that you?
Del, where are you? You were supposed to, like, you didn't message me. Is Edinburgh okay? Like, what's going on? Is everybody okay?
We got sucked into a terrible, dark, alternate universe.
And
Send
that's where you
help.
hear a dial tone. The call is dropped. The bar is gone.
It's something. It's something.
What did this Ryan fellow say?
He just asked where we were and said we hadn't texted since Edinburgh.
Oh, well, that means time is passing out there. Oh my God, we're
That
gonna be like,
sucks.
people are missing us.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh,
He
we gotta get
he
back.
seemed confused, worried, maybe. Oh, stupid.
We got to get back. We're working on it. We're gonna get back.
Okay.
And you continue to roll forwards until the carriage pulls to a stop. And you just hear Rumple's voice say, guys, you might need to be the people to handle this.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Right. Okay.
And you look out, and in front of the carriage, you see a goblin in pink robes with a pink pointy hat, carrying a stick with a carved goblin head on the end and jangling bells all over its outfits. And it's just doing a little like cavorting dance, blocking the path further into the woods.
Wait, this is a goblin with a goblin stick?
It's got a stick with like a wooden carved goblin head on the end of it.
Okay. So it's like if I had a wand with like a baby doll's head on it. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll open the door and step out of the carriage. Hi. Hello.
And you're just hearing jangling bells, and jangling bells is, how you doing? Hey.
I don't like that. I look around.
I like this guy.
This weird little pervert. I'm looking like off the side to the roads. Is anyone appear to be lying in wait for us to, engage with this cavorting goblin and then flank us or something, or ambush us?
Can you roll me a perception?
Natural 20.
Ooh.
There is no one around. You can
Okay.
hear no sounds through the woods. There's no one waiting in ambush. It seems like you just have one completely insane goblin directly in front of you.
I'm doing okay. We're new in town. You guys got like a Dark Lord around here?
Sure, we got one somewhere, but it's just me right now. Can't you recognize me? I'm the Nilbog. Ooh.
The Nilbog?
Yeah, why aren't you dancing too? You can do whatever you want when you're the Nilbog. Ooh.
Tyler, are you okay out there?
Yeah. It's just us and the Nilbog here.
Tell your friends to join the party. Everybody can come hang out with the Nilbog. You guys seem cool.
Nilbog goblin backwards?
You got it.
Oh boy.
Back to dancing.
Smart.
Oh.
Do you think we could maybe get around you?
Where do you
Nilbog?
want to go? What kind of fun do you guys want to have? You guys seem cool. It's been pretty boring in these woods.
We're on an epic quest, sir. One that includes divinity.
Cool. Do you guys want to go to a farm or do you guys want to go to a cottage?
Cottage.
There's pointing two different ways. Just left or right.
Cottage sounds nice. Is what do you do here, Nilbog? Dancing in the road here and then
I
telling
do
us which
whatever
way
I
to go.
fucking want
whatever
to.
you
I'm
want,
a
yeah.
Nilbog. Ooh.
Nilbog does what he wants, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Just 1 second. Ezra, are you getting this?
Yes. Be nice to it.
Okay. Last time we showed up in, out of the mists, you were like, I got 3 items on a shopping list for you to get, and then kill a Dark Lord. Is it something like that going on again, or what?
Unfortunately,
Where are
I sent you to the smallest, simplest realm because that domain was the one I could collect information on.
Okay.
I sent you to another one, but I don't actually know much about it. I'll see what I can find out for you. I will try. However, I have... Let me check something. I have heard the term Nilbog before, and I think there's more to this than just it being insane.
Well, yeah, it's goblin backwards.
Yes, I mean, don't make an enemy of this creature if you don't have to.
Okay. Nilbog, what's your recommendation? Farm, cottage, what does the Nilbog like to do?
They're
Whatever he
both
wants,
pretty
but-
fun. What do you want? I want to learn about you, new friend. Do you like farm animals, or do you like cool toys?
Oh, cool toys! Cool toys! I lean my head out.
I could do with a cottage. How about you two?
Yes, and I am quite parched, even though I don't require any liquids in my body. I would
I don't know if
certainly
that's
do
true,
well with a
you know.
cottage. Excuse me?
I don't know if it's true about the not requiring liquids thing. I think you probably should drink water.
My lips are bleeding. They're so parched.
Yeah.
Yes. Perhaps you are right. I'll have to pray on it, though, before I make a decision.
Okay.
We
Del,
would
cottage
like-
sound good? Or
Sure, cottage. That's
Okay.
fine.
And sorry, New Rogue, what was that?
Oh, no,
Yes,
no,
it's
no. I was simply talking.
You guys all seem pretty cool. Then let's go to the cottage. Maybe we'll get you some bells so you guys can dance all cool like me. Ooh. Is it cool if I ride you, Mr. Horse?
Oh no!
Okay.
Come on in here.
Yeah, you
No,
can
come
go inside.
And hang out in the carriage here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but then I'm gonna have to yell instructions at the window.
I mean, whatever, man. That's cool.
That's fine.
All right. And the Nilbog runs around and climbs in and then starts like jangling his stick and like slapping his thigh and ham boning covered in bells, and then leaning out the window be like, go left, go right, yeah, right. Like it just gets really loud and terrible. And you have that for about 45 minutes
Oh,
of just him yelling at which fork to turn. Also giving a lot of directions on straightaways through the woods until you pull up to a small, quaint cottage. You pull up in front of a broad and surprisingly deep, kind of more residential home-sized cottage than you would normally expect with the name of cottage. But the general vibe is very hobbitish. You are seeing round windows. It's a very yellow straw thatched roof. It feels surprisingly fairy tale compared to what you were used to in Happy Town, of kind of all of these rundown, combat-worn buildings. Around the cottage, you can see a garden. You can see that there are some vegetables growing as well as some flowers. It seems like an all-around pretty lovely place that your carriage has no overall aesthetic link with whatsoever. And you see an elf walk out of the house. She's in a flowing gown. She walks a little oddly, not as oddly as the Nilbog, but she's just got like a real jaunt. Like every joint is just moving twice as much as it needs to. She's just so chipper and happy to see you. She waves with both hands and loose fingers. And the Nilbog says, "All right, we're here. You guys can go say hi, and I'm gonna go back into the woods for a bit. Stay cool, friends." And the Nilbog just jumps out in a jangle of bells and dashes off into the woods.
All right, you too, Nilbog.
Yeah.
Bye, Nilbog.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I didn't get to ask you about which pagan god you worship. Bye.
And the Nilbog is gone, but you see your new friend standing in front of you, or enemy. I don't care. You guys do whatever you're going to do. She's got flowing hair. She seems very, very jovial. And she says, "Oh, it's so nice to meet all of you. Welcome, welcome. What brings you to these woods? It seems like you must be from somewhere else."
Well said. We come from far, far away, and we're on a quest.
Oh, what are you hoping to do with your quest? What's your ultimate goal?
We want to take down the Dark Lord.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. I figured you just want to make some more friends and play some fun games.
Oh.
Oh.
But if you need a place to stay, you're welcome to stay here. I'm sure your journey's made you weary, and it seems like you're all pretty tired. Then you can move on to find your Dark Lord or whatever.
Yeah. And
Yep.
I want to cast message to Dell.
Mm.
Dell, just in your head, you hear me say, "Hey, what do you make of this person? Can we trust them?"
Can I message back in my head?
Yes.
You can respond, yeah.
Yeah, this seems too nice and easy. Maybe we're paranoid now, but rightly so.
And then out loud, I'll say, "Yeah, we could use a rest, I think."
Great. Come on in. Come on in. She just jauntily walks back into the cottage, leaving the door open behind her.
I'm gonna stay out for a second with Rumpleforeskin. Well,
I'm first
Okay.
one in. Like I'm loving this. I've had a day, so this
Yeah.
is like
Sure.
going to a nice vacation.
I'll walk in with New Rogue if you're going in, buddy.
Oh, I'm going in. You know what? I still haven't been in a lot of interiors in my whole existence, so this is wonderful.
All right.
Wow.
So I think it's New Rogue and Shadow Nemesis and the Doctor Deputy who would follow shamelessly.
Oh yeah.
You go right into the cottage, and inside you find just this lovely, low-roofed, very comfortable room. Everything's very padded. Everything's very plush. It's all handmade wooden furniture. It's all very beautiful. There's crystal clear water in a carafe on a table, and then you smell just a terrible smell. And you look over and see that there is a pot boiling over the fire. It has a fish head in it. It has just a bunch of random gross stuff boiling. And she's like, oh, yeah, so there's water over there, or you could have some soup.
Mm.
I mean, I eat brains, so like, am I really thinking this stinks?
That's a good question. Considering there is at least one head in it that is boiling, to you, this smells pretty good. There's some brain broth in here that could work for you.
Oh man, I'm loving this. Like I needed a vacation. Like even before we got to this whole realm, I like felt like I needed to get away. So I just like breathe it in like, oh, I will take a bowl of that, please, and thank you.
And she makes you a big bowl, and it ends up with the head in it. And she makes herself a bowl, and you both sit down and just start chowing down. But New Rogue, watching this, you have a pop culture memory pop into your head that helps you frame this moment. What does this remind you of?
Oh gosh. Let's see. Heads. I'm thinking of just that old Disney cartoon of Ichabod Crane. I'm just thinking of like a pumpkin guy with the head being thrown. That's all I'm thinking. It's a very disturbing image here, and just like we're near woods. I see weird surroundings. It's just not sitting right with me.
Mm-hmm. And it isn't. Meanwhile, outside, Tyler and Dell and Rumpleforeskin, what are you all talking about?
I think I'll head in because you wanted to get a one-on-one thing. I'll go join the guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you do.
Yeah.
Tyler, you come in to find the place smells like very bad soup, but
Okay.
both
No,
Shadow
I'm
Nemesis and the
gonna go
lady-
hang out in front. I'm gonna go hang out in front. I'm not gonna go inside. I'm just gonna hang out in front of the cottage. Cool.
Great, you split the difference. Dell, you are talking to Rumpleforeskin.
Yeah. Hey, Rumpleforeskin, thanks for getting us out of there.
Oh, no problem. For you, anything. For them, some things.
Yeah. Could I get a hug?
Oh, of course. And Rumpleforeskin just leans down and wraps their like bone neck and head around you. So it's like the head
The
is
horse
patting
hug.
you on the back,
Yeah.
and you've got like bone horse chest.
Yeah.
It's way warmer than you expected, but
Cool.
not in a bad way. There's just a lot of fire inside the horse.
That's good. Yeah. I'll give a hug back and just thanks. I needed that. I think I'm more stressed than I think I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally understand. They have a lot going on, and not any part of it involves listening.
You are so astute. But also, yeah, this place kind of, I don't know, I'm getting weird vibes from it.
Yeah, I mean, it's Ravenloft, so I kind of get weird vibes from everywhere.
Okay, well that's good to know that it's
But that
kind of
doesn't mean
normal.
it's not dangerous.
Right. No, good. Okay. Are you gonna be okay here? For now?
Oh yeah, I'll they unhitch themselves from the carriage and just kind of walk out and say, "There's not much that can catch me in these woods, but I can stick around too. I can help guard something or whatever."
Oh yeah, no, definitely stick around. I just mean, I don't know how this is. I don't even know if sleeping here is good. We'll have to double back, but I'll go talk to Tyler too.
I mean, it sounds like keeping a watch would be a good idea if you're going to. The sun is going down, and I'm pretty tired after all the running and the collapse of a domain into a realm where everyone hates you guys.
Yeah. No, that's a good plan. We'll stick together and we'll do not everyone sleep at the same time. There's no Werner Herzog here to help us, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, be careful, and I'll keep an eye out for you.
Okay, I'll catch up with you once we have a plan, I guess.
Okay, good luck.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just walk over to Tyler.
You do.
Just a heads up, it fucking stinks in there.
Okay.
Very pretty, but holy shit, something smells bad.
I don't know why, but I just felt like maybe we should look around here or the house or something. I don't know. I just feel weird going in a stranger's house.
Yeah, Ezra doesn't know where he sent us. So we got like no intel on what the deal is here. He said that when he pulled us in originally, he sent us to the smallest realm. So Happy Town and all those surrounding areas, that's the smallest we've got to look forward to here. So this place is bigger. Yeah.
All right. While I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna pull out and throw a Pokeball and make an animal.
Great. When you take out the Pokeball, what you discover is that it is shinier and it is fully silver and gold now instead of the previous gray and ceramic model. Can you roll me a D6?
What?
More animals.
Okay. Wow, this looks different, but all right. It's a 4.
It's a 4. Popping out of the Pokeball is a 200-pound wild boar in a flash of light, and it appears before you and just goes.
You're different, but I remember you kind of. I'm gonna get down and scruff its face, and then point at Rumpleforeskin. I'm like, "See, Bone Horse friend, look out for all Bone Horse and us. So just watch Bone Horse back, okay?"
And it nods to you and then goes over to Rumpleforeskin.
All right, good. All right, I feel better not leaving Rumpleforeskin all alone. So.
Okay.
Cool.
What happens now?
Can I call people in, being like, guys, the food here is incredible. Come on in.
I'm good out here for now. I'll maybe hang out in the doorway, but I think maybe we want to take a little walk and just kind of check out the property, the area, whatever.
We're not hungry. We'll see you in a bit.
More for me. I'm on my 3rd bowl. Like, I'm just scarfing this stuff down.
Okay.
Yep. So Dell and Tyler, you start walking around this kind of clearing that's been made around the cottage. Can you roll me perception?
It's a 12 for me.
Mine is less than 12.
Great. Tyler, for you, this just looks like a cottage in a fantasy world. This doesn't say a whole lot to you. Dell, you're noticing that some of the plants seem to be suffering. Your guess would be that they're being overwatered in the garden around this house.
The only thing weird is it seems like over cared for, maybe?
Well, that and the trees with faces of agony in them.
Yeah, that's weird. Especially because people seem friendly here.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. We get into town and everyone's really nice, and then when nightfall comes, everyone's under attack.
Oh yeah, so maybe when night happens.
We should get to the cottage.
Yeah.
Or climb into the chariot or whatever.
Yeah,
maybe not be outside at night.
I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Are you two heading back to the cottage or to the carriage?
I'm going to say cottage just because our friends are in there. I want to make sure that they're safe too.
Okay, well.
At least check in on them.
All right. Let's just see what's going on in there.
Okay.
Great. So you both go back into the cottage. Shadow Nemesis, you finished your meal. It was amazing. And your host just carries the soup bucket over and just pours it out a window into the garden. It's like, well, that's enough there. Oh, I'm Amina Savant. What are your names?
I am so sorry. I didn't ask your name. My name is Shadow Nemesis, and this is New Rogue. Our other friends out there is Tyler and Dell.
Oh,
And our horse
so nice.
is Rumpleforeskin. Ooh, and this is Dr. Deputy, and I pat him on the head.
Yay, still got my job. All right, well, I think it's time for you to go to, if you want rooms for bed, or you can hang out here until you're ready to sleep. Is there anything else I could do for you? We all need to stick together because it's pretty dangerous out there.
Well, how do you mean?
Well, they're the stitched together monsters in the woods that I keep hearing about, and then who knows what else once you get further.
Is there room for our horse in the cottage?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna run back out and get the horse and the boar.
Great. They both come inside. It's a cramped, it's a low ceiling, but Rumpleforeskin makes it work and the boar is fine.
Okay. We'll just hunker down then, I guess.
Great. And your host shows you all to the bedrooms. There are 3 bedrooms inside this cottage, one that's clearly hers, and then 2 others that are available that have 2 beds in each. So the question is, who do you want to bunk with?
I don't care. It actually scratch that. I might care. Where are the bone horse and the 200-pound boar going?
They're going to stay in the living room. They can't stay in the bedrooms.
Okay. Then, does anyone have a preference for a bunk?
I don't require any sleeping. I'm actually, I'm still pretty rejuvenated from that previous escapade in town. I didn't really get into any kind of combat, so I'm good to just peruse the perimeter outside the house. I'd like to see what goes on.
It sounds like
Outside?
it's kind of dangerous.
I would be keeping a close perimeter, but I mean, we've survived far worse, far often. So, and if anything happens, I just quickly open up the door. I'm not going to go super far. I just want to see if anything's, strange is going on, because I'm getting a weird vibe here.
Give me like an hour. There's something that Master Hecklin kind of taught me about. I'll give you a little patrol partner, a little buddy. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sure. I love company.
Just takes a bit of time, but I'm gonna give me an hour and I'll get it ready for you.
Finger gun.
So,
all right.
Shadow Nemesis, it sounds like, because you have not objected to the idea of sleep, you will be sleeping in one room. Dell, are you sleeping in the other?
I left while they were talking. I'm just like, I'm just like scratching my back and
Full of
it's like,
soup.
I was like, all right, well, off to bed. And I head off to like the room on the right, whichever
Great.
one that is.
So, Dell, do you room with Shadow Nemesis or without?
Yeah, no, I'm like, knock, knock, knock. Shadow Nemesis. Oh. Fine, I'm sleeping in there. I'm not sleeping alone in a room. I'm scared of that.
Great. So you open the door and step into that room. Can you roll me a perception? Because it's very dark.
Yep. 4.
It's a room. You're like, he's asleep. There's another bed. You don't want to make like too much noise or try to figure out how to turn a light on. You just want to sleep too. So you can just climb into a bed and crash.
Okay.
You do that. Outside, what are you setting up for your friend?
Yeah, I'm casting Find Familiar as a ritual. It takes an hour to cast for some reason, but he's a buddy that I can have. It takes the form of an animal of my choosing, like not any animal, but there's like a short list. But one of them is a bat, so I think I'll kind of just start to like work like magic together in my hands, kind of like magical clay, and then kind of massage out the crude form of a little bat. And then by the 60-minute mark, he's got like flesh and little fur and and his little bat wings. You know, you can see like the veins in them and everything like that. And he's a little guy now.
Great. How do familiars work?
Well, let me tell you. There's quite a bit to say here, but I gain the service of a familiar, a spirit that takes an animal form that I choose, in this case, a bat. Appearing in an unoccupied space within range, the familiar has the statistics of the chosen form, though it is a celestial, fey, or fiend, my choice, instead of a beast. I'm going to say because my powers, as far as I can tell, came from Ezra, that this is a celestial bat.
Cool.
The bat can act independently of me, but it always obeys my commands. In combat, it rolls its own initiative and acts on its own turn. A familiar can't attack, but it can take other actions as normal. When it drops to 0 hit points, it disappears, leaving behind no physical form. It reappears after I cast the spell again. As an action, I can temporarily dismiss it into like a pocket dimension. Alternatively, I can dismiss it forever. Just up to me whether it's a temporary or forever thing.
Cool. So you kind of have just a small bat that you can send on missions, and it's also smart.
I can maintain a telepathic link with it as long as it's within 100 feet, and also in combat, I can have it cast spells from my repertoire for me.
Nice. Okay, so you've got the bat. I'm imagining. Are you sending it on patrol, or what are you doing with it?
Yeah, I'll say, hey, buddy, your name is Ivan. You're Ivan the Bat. Hi, Ivan. Ivan. This is new rogue. He's going to go on patrol tonight, so I think it's a good idea for you to help him out. So just kind of follow him around and alert him to danger. Okay, buddy?
Ivan just bobs a nod in the air and then goes to follow new rogue.
Okay, there we go. Thanks for waiting, new rogue. That's Ivan. He's going to be your little wingman.
That's okay. Time means nothing to me when you're dead. Re-dead. Reborn.
Okay, we'll workshop it.
And they go outside. Tyler, you've got a bedroom to yourself.
Yeah.
And you're probably exhausted after that ritual. So
I guess after that, I'll just if there's a window, I want to sleep near the window so I can easily see outside.
Yep, you can absolutely do that. Can you roll me a perception?
Perception is a 17 plus 4, 21.
When you step into the room, you have a moment where you are shocked to see glowing eyes just caught with reflecting moonlight all around you throughout this room. And you were the first person of Wet Change to discover that each of these rooms is filled with hundreds upon hundreds of porcelain dolls.
Oh.
That's the end of the episode.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Toronto time. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dimitri Taras, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too.
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time. Christopher Little, Sue One, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Guy Edwards, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Mithrian, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine,
Dagger Rain, Rob L., Dia De Los Hoodless,
Diovasis, Squishy Werewolf, Remy, Funky Head, Nomad, the Wise Paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, Gus Schreider, Drama, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.